has heard the tale before about the cursed mummy boy.
Yep. Testing. Hello and welcome back to the New Zealand High School League of Legends Championship for 2020. I'm Mang Zero, and as always, I'm joined by Kalvin. How are you?
I'm good, bro.
Good
so
to be
far.
back.
Yeah, I mean, had a few assignments and tests here and there, but so far so good.
Looking good, yeah. But we've got the Challenger Series final for you guys today, where we have Burnside NoEgo versus Mount Albert Grammar School's Hybridragon. So the Challenger bracket, just to kind of reiterate, we have basically teams that didn't make the top 8, but are still, fighting for the prize of having the Logitech G wireless mouses we've got to give away for that one. So they're playing for a lot in here. We're already in Champs League pick and ban phase, so we'll get straight into that one as well. We've got the first ban phase kind of taken out already. We've got Alistair Jax, Aatrox, banned by Burnside, NoEgo, and we've got Shen, Caitlin, and Evelyn banned on the side of Mount Albert Grammar School.
Caitlyn ban is like pretty much like a pick or ban right now.
Yeah.
If you don't pick Caitlyn, you should just ban it. Caitlyn, and then after Caitlyn, you've got Ashe Senna, and they pretty much can't give Ashe or Senna because it's a pick or ban right now as well. And then obviously you have your pocket pick like Draven, Kallister, Ezreal running out around there. But yeah, Ashe, Senna, Caitlyn are like the top 3 AD carry right now. Nautilus, I guess they just feel like hooking in champion, but Nautilus is not highly contested, but they first picked it. I guess they want to see, and we've seen the first Yone now. I'm excited about this one.
Yone, yeah.
You know how broken the champion is.
Yep, because I've always said we've always needed another Yasuo. No, I love Yone. I'm yet to play him. I've never played Yone before. But I know he's basically just a Yasuo reincarnated. But Lucian's going to be picked up probably for the mid lane or a top lane bully.
You can go top
lane.
It is the mid lane Lucian. I mean, the Mana Immune build has been popping up lately. I've tried it myself and it's extremely good. I think I went 17-4 on it. So after you hit Mana Immune and then you've got your Essence Rear, it's insane. Like the burst damage you get, it's insane. Obviously you do give out the early power in the early on with the Borg, but you scale a little bit better. And then you've got the Shyvana power jungler. It's really good here. Both team looks like they're going for the late game with the carries. I mean, Lucian is good early mid game champ, so they have that going for them. And see how Shen and Evelyn are banned. Evelyn, it's extremely good jungler as well. If you don't punish her early on in the early phase, she's just gonna one shot.
Self-made.
Yeah, so you've seen the Fnatic game, right?
Yeah.
But Lilia, we haven't seen too much Lilia. Only in the Asian areas we've seen Lilia pick or ban, but in the west side, Lilia has not been picked or banned not much at all. I think, not that I've known of. But yeah, on the Asian players or like the Asian region are looking to prioritize her just because she is low-key super broken just because of that passive.
Yeah.
But I guess they might have played her so.
And now I'd love to run down the rosters for you guys, but they kind of flex everywhere on both sides. They're quite flexible in where they go in AD carry, mid, and top and whatnot specifically. And also they've in the certain pick order in terms of champion ownership as well. So we won't know who goes where and who's on what until we actually get into game at the moment. But yeah, we've got the champions picked up easy as. And,
I mean, I don't know why they would ban the Kai'Sa here. Ashe does really, really well into Kai'Sa, but I guess it's just the other team plays Kai'Sa maybe that they don't want to, have a trouble facing Kai'Sa, but that's a bit of a question mark. Same goes with the Karthus. Karthus have similar playstyle of Shyvana, you just power farm, get your 6 and your ulti, and then you just run through the whole team. But I guess, Karthus is a decent banner, I would assume, if they don't want to play it against. But right now, the red side does have a decent team comp, with the Yone, Renekton AD, with a engage from Nautilus, and then Renekton could follow up, and the Yone ulti as well. And then they have the Shyvana with a heavy AP coming in. And it looks like they're gonna play a damage comp, and then with the Taric, but it depends.
It's good for that, that protection in the team fights as well.
Yeah, I mean they would need it because they're playing a triple carry comp.
Yeah,
so that's gonna be a bit
could
risky.
Be with this Fiddlesticks as well. Could be almost quadruple.
Yeah, I mean, Fiddlestick, you could go tank as well.
Yeah.
Or you could go AP. But with a triple damage comp like that, like Ashe, Lucian,
you're kind of looking for maybe a Sejuani in the jungle or something.
No, not even that. I think comps like that are supposed to be picked into comps that can't kite, right? So you pick triple damage when you're versing people that can't kite you as easily, right? But right now you have a Renekton, you have Shyvana Dash, you have Yone. These people can kite you really, really easily and catch up to you. There's no way you should pick a triple damage comp into that.
Yeah, that's the kind of flaw of having, your first 3 picks, be your carries. And,
it's a bit risky, but if they do manage to pull it out, the damage is going to be insane.
Yeah.
You do know that. And then we did see them flashing the center, but they didn't end up going through it. Then they did pick the Ezreal.
Yeah, good
Ezreal
mobility
is
there.
still really good at scaling as well, and pretty good mid game.
Yeah.
And
so we've got the so this is the challenger bracket. So we've got all the people fighting it out for the Logitech G wireless mouses. We just want to say a huge thank you to Logitech G for partnering with us for this for the New Zealand High School tournament. Yes, hooked us up with these sweet gears with like the Yeti Blue caster mic, the 4K Brio camera, and the Logitech X Pro headsets. So we're super stoked to have those as well. And in our Omen Esports Arena as well, we've got some good Logitech gear as well. We can see how these wireless mouses can do, as well as the headsets as well. They're super comfy over a long period of time as well.
The keyboard is
clean.
nice.
It's satisfying. It's so satisfying to use that one. And it's real compact as well, so it fits in nicely in those busy student desktops that we can see at the moment. So yeah, really super ideal. I'd get one for myself next time I can get to one. But we're also at so we've got a few minutes for the spectator delay break. This is an awesome opportunity to talk about that. We first of all, thank you to everyone who came and saw us at the Tauranga Megan Expo, but we're going to be in the Auckland one as well. So that one's going to be in the Labor Day weekend, so it's going to be around, I think, the 23rd to the 26th of October, and so we're going to be there as well. Make sure you come say hi in Auckland as well. It's going to be much bigger. And hopefully we see a lot more of those faces there, and we'll have all sorts of kind of tournaments and running and whatnot. You can come up and play some games and whatnot like that. Yeah, so,
I know I'll be there probably the whole day.
Yeah, you'll be there in that tournament trying to get some wins there.
Just messing around,
just hanging out. Yeah.
And then have a look at the Yu-Gi-Oh stores that they have around, because
see if there's any cool belts or anything like that.
You
the
mean that?
Yeah, back on the cool belt train. Yeah, so make sure if you're around in Auckland as well, make sure you come say hi as well. Perfect opportunity to hang out with the kind of see what University of Waikato is all about, and come hang out here with us at Auckland. You can kind of see what we've got going on here at the University of Waikato in terms of our esports what is it, more representation and kind of presence. That's the word I'm looking for, presence with a physical space like here as well. And those we've at the moment it's kind of free to sign up.
Yeah,
as well.
It's free. Everything is free pretty much right now.
Free to sign up at the moment for 1 month at the moment.
1 minute.
Just 1 minute to the. Oh, okay, sorry. I thought you said 1 month.
No.
I'm like, I lose it's 1 month. For the whole rest of the year. So if it's cost that's holding you back, don't make sure you come sign up for the rest of the year, basically, for a membership, and you go and get to play on these sweet computers with the sweet gear we've got as well. And it's a good place to hang out. It's fairly quiet as well. So I'd like to get some more people, see some more faces, and nice. 30 seconds into it, so we're going to have a kind of small break to recalibrate and kind of sync up and make sure we're on the right page. So good time to grab a drink of water. So and we'll be right back to the action with our Challenger Series final, rather, with Burnside NoEgo versus Mount Albert Grammar School's Hybridragon. Don't go anywhere.
What does it take to win? Is it something you're born with? Is it the grind? Every day. Gear up. Do battle. For the 10,000th time. Or is it pushing to your absolute limits? To be faster. Always faster. insanely precise. Totally free and at one with the game. Or maybe it's just getting to that place where nothing else matters. Nothing in the way of winning.
And we are back into the action. We've got, on the blue side, Burnside, NoEgo versus red team. We've got Mount Albert Grammar School, Hybridragon. We're just running down the rosters real quick, and we'll make sure everyone is in the right position as well. So, in our top lane, we have our Gangplank, and on that is Mung Bean Man. And he's gone to the top lane there. For our jungler on the blue side, we've got Death Slinger playing the Fiddlesticks. And then in the mid lane, we've got Grieve on the Lucian with Predator or on the Ashe and Bepsi on the support. So that's going to be Burnside NoEgo on blue and Mount Amber Grabber Score. We've got in the top lane, we've got Wateruru. And I'm pretty sure we've seen NoEgo before as well, especially Wateruru and the tricky name that is we've got some action already in the mid lane. Just more in the river. And yeah, so back in the jungle we've got Ainzad playing that Dark Harvest on Shyvana. I'd love to see that. And mid lane we've got Yone, so that's going to be Toriu 2002. And support, and bot lane support, we've got HSM Farah and support a guy called Alan. And so standard blue buff pick up there. So.
Yeah. How do you feel like this game will go?
So it's all going to be relying on whether this triple carry comp can actually snowball, has that potential to. But other than that, it's probably going to be more likely on that Shyvana, stacking up that Dark Harvest and really getting that kind of roll going. So it's all kind of depending on whether or not that snowball can be stopped on the side of Burnside. So if Burnside snowball can be stopped, it means it should be in favour of Mount Albert Grammar School.
It's starting the top side. So you do know how GP goes into Ranked?
This is how it goes in. He's going to have to force. He's going to try and flash out, and but it doesn't exactly have the parlay to finish off that job that Slice and Dice gets him out.
No, that was just a miscalculation. There's no way he could have got that there. So GP is just gonna look to poke him with Qs or even like the burn damage from the Q, from the passive, I believe, and then the Q, and then just trying to look for cheeky barrels. But otherwise, Ranked does go in and does get a burst of damage. However, the orange will get the GP out of the stun, which is pretty decent. So yeah, GP does gradually win the match pretty hard. Yeah, and in mid lane, Lucian should win until Yon gets level 6. After that, it should be a skill matchup. Even then, I still think Lucian can win if he managed to dodge the ulti or the abilities of Yon.
Yeah.
Lucian is pretty easily to dodge just with his E and his cooldown resets. And then the jungle matchup is going to be pretty dormant before level 6 because they're both power jungles to level 6. It's going to be pretty hard to get ganks off. Unless Nautilus does get a, get an engage off, and then Fiddlestick is just gonna follow up. But before then, the lane looks kind of dormant, and Ashe is just gonna look to bully the lane here. And then,
Yeah, in this top lane we've got the Renekton trying to get that damage off, as we was talking about before. The barrel does miss, and he's going to have to go and retreat into that, waiting for those cooldowns, and that passive is up by this. So that's Kalvin Mig slicing guys, rather the
this orange.
the stun. But yeah, this orange gets him out of that one, and he's going to be just okay. Beam Man is just going to walk out of there just fine.
Yeah, and Ezreal is just gonna look for Pokemon Ash or the minions or even the Taric, and just try to stay safe, because if he does walk in range, Ash is just gonna bully them.
Yeah,
with the extreme range here. But yeah, as we see, the Lucian is having the Prio.
Yeah, as you were saying, talking about before, not quite level 6,
yeah.
So you can't quite activate the the ultimate, or get that pressure up. But we've got the Cole picked up for Lucian as well, for the mid lane as well, so he's going to be looking just to farm and keep his kind of bullying up and using that early game advantage while he has it.
Yeah, of course. Wait, let's go. Oh, hanging for Dragon Shyvana really early on, just to get a passive. Oh. Yeah, Dragon is really good, because this Dragon is the first Dragon in it. And if they do have the Dragon prior, they could just rush for the soul and then just win the game at 20 minutes, of the soul. But otherwise, both teams are gonna be pretty even so far. But Lucian is gonna have prior.
Yeah, and Yone's going to go in. He's not quite level 6, but he's going to use that spirit to get a bit of damage off and goes forward. And that's going to be the exchange one in the mid lane there. Dragon does spawn in.
Dragon just got taken.
Dragon, yeah, so it has to be in 5 minutes for there's going to be the cloud one next. Yeah. After Shyvana just took that out of the mountain dragon rather earlier on.
Yeah.
And so yeah, it's just this bot lane. At the moment, we're just seeing it's pretty much full control almost, just in that priority wise. It's just holding that lane fairly far up, and of course Fiddlesticks is going to be pretty hard to gank until he hits that level 6 with that Crow Storm. Otherwise he kind of just waddles in and fares, I guess. So yeah, it's going to be pretty tricky to actually get in there without that ultimate, especially when you're engaged. The moment is probably, you probably want that Enchanted Crystal Arrow on the Ash as well for that engage. Seeing Tarek's only engage is at kind of
stun flat.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so far pretty even in GB. Both top laners just hit level 6 and those have the TP, but GB can just ulti anyway if they do look for a dive or even a gank here. Shyvana is gonna puff towards a blue soon. It's gonna be a both jungle will take the blue. But after taking the blue, she might look for a bot lane.
Yeah, Shyvana's a good top side actually. But meanwhile in the mid lane, it's got to be Yone going in, but it's going to be flashed away. Lucian's going to try to counter that one, and he's just going to go back to the spirit, and it's going to be just fine, but it's going to have to blow the flash out for the ultimate. And in the top lane, orange is going to be used exactly to get rid of that pesky stun from Renekton. This fight's a top lane one is actually going to be pretty spicy in terms of the matchups, back and forth. And here's the Crow Storm in the mid lane as well, without the R as well. Yone is pretty screwed. And it's going to be first blood. Gangplank Barrels coming in, Cannon Barrage rather, to come in for the assist. But that's going to be first blood secured on the side of Burnside, NoEgo. Death, a Singer, is going to bring up the kill credit for that one. And good play. Got that ultimate off, and that fair's done well. And but yeah. And ANZ is on the top side, but Renekton's shoved in, so there's not really much to be able to do for that one in terms of exchange. Going to cancel the recall, going to look to get that red buff that's just spawned for ANZ.
And then her whole jungle has been up for a while now in the bot side, which is pretty bad for us as a power jungle, because power jungle, you do want to prioritize your farm, and you do want to look for ganks in between, but you never want to leave your camps up for a very long time, because that's so bad.
It's more power farmers are like gank if I can, not looking for almost also like, gank if convenient.
Yeah, pretty much, or if it's like free, but you do want to always take your camps as soon as they're up, just because you
that's what you're relying on. That's your condition.
Exactly. But so far just not much action going on.
Guy called Alan is doing a pretty good job on I would say on the Nautilus in terms of that, in terms of just basic positioning and making sure controlling the waves in terms of where how far push they are, and the Nautilus does bring a huge threat with that a large amount of CC, so it's going to be tricky for Imperator to actually step forward to get any farm. Yeah, look at this. This is perfect zoning really. And
If the Shyvana went bot side and took his her bot side buff and then rotated to her red, it would have been better because then she could have looked for the ref and or even the dive top lane because GP was before he recalled and TP'd back.
Oh, and the stun's just going to be a side away. A guy called Alan's got to use the ultimate as well.
Dead,
True shot barrage coming here. That's going to be slowed, snared up as well. Shyvana coming in with the ult, and that's a lot of damage from ANZ. That AP Shyvana's just getting started, and those are a couple of Dark Harvest stacks on the board. ANZ picks up a kill, and Farah picks up the other 2 quick kills in the bot lane, and great play from the guy called Alan to stack that CC and just dodge that engage. But ultimately, Bepsi walking a bit too far forward. Yeah, it's not going to be enough damage at the moment. Fiddlesticks is scary, but not that scary right now. But it's actually going to use the Crow Storm to go in. He's going to try and get a guy called Alan. He's going to have to use the flash. Death Singer flashes after. Death Singer now 2-0 on the board as well after a guy called Alan. It's just a bit too far forward, a bit too far stretched, and a bit too greedy for that ward. But yeah, good kind of knowledge for Death Singer to know that I can get this kill. He's too far forward as well, but especially when Farah was nearby as well.
I mean, my eye's still on the Rift here and the top side jungler. Like Shyvana can easily look for a dive or even like a maybe they can have the bot lane rotate up and look for a dive on the GP and then get the Rift or vice versa. But they've taken so long to go to try set up for the Rift that Dragon is already up, and they will have to prioritize the Dragon hit just because you have a Shyvana with her passive and and so on. But yeah. This looks like pretty free because you have a GP, pretty immobile. Sure, he has the movement speed, he has the flash up, he has the the barrels, the ulti to turn out a roam, or if he's getting dive. But as a Renekton Shyvana, I do believe they do have enough burst damage to just kill him.
Yeah, especially because those oranges are going to have to be used immediately after that stun's being kind of picked up as well. Which kind of means that that's all your kind of healing, that's your survivability. However, talking about survivability, Renekton doesn't look like he has time. He's going to have to use the Dominus as well. The Culver Make's going to get huge healing from the minions as well. It's going to turn that kill around, and Water gets the outplay on Mung Bean Man.
Exactly, that's what I said. If Renekton's on your face, he's just going to dash through you and just get the burst damage off. That's why they should have looked for a roam top.
Really, really good play though to dive through, make sure you get more healing from the minions using that Culver Make, especially with that empowered. Gets that survivability to survive the cannon barrage. And here's the Crow Storm again. Oh my gosh, the cleanse is just going to be not useful for but just a second of getting free from CC with the Enchanted Crystal Arrow. And that's the slow coming in as well. But great timing in terms of the Enchanted Crystal Arrow to get that cleanse away. But yeah, great layering of that CC and great teamwork as well, and Death Sing is coming out huge on this Fiddlesticks.
Yeah, I mean, it's a jungle show so far. But yeah, like I said again, Ref is up, Shyvana should be looking up here. Red All is passing through here today. We might see a fight real soon. Renekton does have the TP advantage, but they wouldn't need the TP for Rift unless they want to make a bot play here.
Yeah, indeed. And then now with Renekton having that Blade of the Ruin King complete, it's going to be a little bit more damage and just that much more threat to get in the face as well. It's got, able to get the Blade of the Ruin King off as well, and that's just going to be that slow to keep in that kind of distance even without the oranges from Gangplank.
Yeah, of course.
And yeah, Rift Herald's just going to be picked up on the red side as well. So that's going to be 2 dragons and the Rift Herald. So while Death Singer is getting those kills on the board, ANZ is being very proactive as well. And speaking of proactive, he's going to be in that top lane, going to be looking for that dive. But so those pings are called out to say that, ANZ's in my lane. Going to have to probably... Yeah, the Rift Herald's going to be used up top, and that's going to call Death Singer up, and hopefully he can get some damage off. He's got the... he's going to have to use the Crow Storm pretty soon. With ANZ's gone in with the Dragon form. But there's no Crow Storm to be seen at the moment. It's only just been up now, and it's going to have to be used. Oh, great damage from the side of Death Singer and Grieve to be able to combo that burst effectively to get that Water before he can come back with that massive cognitive healing.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it was just they roam first and they just got it. So
yeah, but yeah, they got the tower in the end. I think it was they went a bit too they're a bit too ambitious, I would say, to try to get some more out of that, just other than the tower. And but yeah, great roaming around from Greed and meanwhile on the bot lane we've got a guy called Alan actually going in for this time, and Yon is here as well. He's going to get something in as well. The ultimate's used, but the Tarek ult's going to be protecting that Ashe. And Target's Crystal Arrow is going to get Yoni away as well, and he's going to just try to survive a bit longer from Death Singer. Crowstorm's going to be used, but he's going to have to flash that one away. And meanwhile, the Johnny's is used. He's going to be able to stay alive for a bit longer. And that's going to be a guy called Alan dying, and Death Singer being able to live. He's going to use that heal to keep alive from the minions, but a great use of the Zhonya's to keep himself alive there. The stopwatch rather, yeah.
I mean, there was a bit of a scrappy fight. Both teams, were not aware that what they were going into. And that was just being unaware of, having broken watches and ultis up there, but...
Yeah, good job on Gangplank as well. To send that Cannon Barrage over, get that more threat. Had to speed up that play, and Mount Albert Grammar School can't really take that time on the tower dive as much as they would like to with the tank of a guy called Alan as well, and to be able to get the burst and poke off more that sustained damage from Israel. So yeah, it was good job in terms of the Cannon Barrage really rushing that dive, which means they kind of got sloppy towards the end, allowing the cleanup to be picked up in Death Singer, right place at the right time as usual.
Yeah, of course. And Lucian has hit his double item power spike, the Manamune.
Oh, but it doesn't seem like it's gonna. Oh, actually it does. Oh my gosh, and that's the 2-item power spike. I thought you were caster cursing him for a bit, but no, that turnaround's gonna be huge. Grieve can't do anything. He's gonna have to recall, so it's just gonna look like Ainzad and a guy called Alan's gonna be trying to take that skirmish with Death Singer. But
wait, I mean, Ezreal hit his 2-item power spike. Sorry, but yeah, like I said.
Oh yeah, Lucian's still got one item, brother.
Not Lucian, but yeah, Lucian. Like I said before, if Lucian managed to dodge the abilities from Yon, he's just gonna, quick boost them down.
Yeah, that culling to really secure that, and because he's gonna go back to that spirit. That's something we know that's gonna happen. So as soon as that culling there, and it's gonna be a lot of burst. And now the Ocean Dragon's gonna start up, and if
Crowstorm is up.
If Mount Albert get this, then it's gonna be Soul Point. I mean, they'll be on Soul Point after this dragon, rather. So they're going to try and get this one down. It's on 3,000 health at the moment. And Smite's
is level 10. Shyvana's level 9.
That'll be the steal, and here comes the Crowstorm as well. And the Fiddlesticks will indeed steal it. And we've got Yona coming into the back line as well. He's going to try and get down that pesky little Gangplank. And meanwhile, we've got Tara trying to keep this Death Singer alive. No. And he's got a double kill with the heals and with the fear. That's a triple kill for Death Singer, and that's just the help of Bipsy to keep him alive, and that's a cherry on the top. Great steal with the Bitter Smite as well, and that's going to be kills all around, and that momentum shift is just going to go on the side of Burnside, NoEgo, and Ainzad's been really proactive in getting these kind of objectives, but that was a really good from Burnside to be able to contest and collapse onto that one, and they're going to get their turret mid as well.
Wait, and, yeah, I mean... They have no healing cut for the Fiddlestick. They really need it. And Ignite was down for those fights. I do believe it was on cooldown from both Yon and Nautilus, so they couldn't ignite. But they focused the Fiddlestick so hard.
I think
and he still healed back up.
To be honest, like because of the way this fight's going to go, you're going to need to go Executioner's Calling very quickly, because you're going to get the lifesteal soon from Ashe as well. And you've got the healing on Gangplank, Fiddlesticks. Lucian will have some lifesteal add eventually. And Tarek is just going to be why you need Executioner's Calling. The ability, because is quite underrated in those fights as well, because the more he whacks, the more he can kind of do those healings. Yeah, so that's why he was able to sit in there, getting that passive off to kind of reset those heals and keeping that Fiddlesticks alive, so he can do that sustained damage that's really scary. And now Death Singer is 7-0. Yeah, that's scary.
It's because, the red side did force the dragon when they had to, but they didn't really have to force here when it was a 5v5 or 4v4 here, because the Crowstorm was up, and there's no way that you're gonna win that fight because Fiddlestick was already fed. Plus you've got AoE from GP coming through, the long poke from Ashe, and the Lucian the burst damage as well. Sure, you have a Shyvana as well, but while doing dragon, you're gonna be focused on that. Your smite is a lower level. That's a lower chance of getting the smite through.
Yeah.
And that was pretty unfortunate that for them that the Fiddle managed to steal it, but now Fiddle is 7-0, and it's just gonna be harder and harder here. The Crowstorm is just gonna wipe the floor with everyone.
Yeah, it's a 4k gold lane on the side of Burnside, so that momentum has kind of shifted, and although they had the kind of control in the early game, with the likes of Renekton doing so well in the top lane, getting that priority, meaning Shyvana can walk on these Rift Heralds, and that's ANZ's going to do that again, and just going to grab the second Rift Herald, be able to get another tower down perhaps. But yeah, especially with the lane swap of Farah and a guy called Alan, hitting the top side alongside of Imperator and Bepsi, leaving Big Man and Waterer back in the 1v1s in the bot lane. And but yeah, it's Gangplank can do pretty well in terms of scaling. He's got those. He's got that passive of being able to collect those unique, silver.
So he's upgraded his ulti. Yeah,
upgrade the ult as well, and he's got the cull completed as well, so he's going to get some more money. Oh, and here comes the Crow Storm. Death Singer has spoken, which means you will fall. Waterer is going to be in the wrong place at the wrong time because Death Singer is around and is going to mark his prey. And yeah, now 8-0. Ouch, that's scary. Looks like it's going to be that Spirit Visage picked up as a third item.
For the extra healing and the MI from the Shyvana, I guess. But yeah, mostly for the
healing.
For the healing, and it does provide you cooldown as well.
Yeah, also the defense is pretty good. Once you're ahead as well, you've got that 1k bounty on your head. That's going to be a huge swing in kind of power if you fall. So you want to be able to stay alive and do as much as you can with that bounty on your head. So it could be quite scary. If you're ahead, you've got that target on your head. So the defense is going to come out really well, especially with Zoni's Hourglass and the likes of Tarek to keep him. And even Ashe, in most cases, has done really well in using that Enchanted Crystal Arrow just to stun up the things, the champions for Fiddlestick to kind of heal off of. And yeah, so Rift Herald's summoned in the bot lane. Now here's the Crow Storm as well, and that's going to be the it's just going to miss. ANZ has to flash as well, but it's going to be flashing into a culling. Yoni's going to have to use the ult to get himself out of there, but that's unfortunate.
Both junglers messed up their ulti there. That was pretty sad to watch, but
it's unfortunate. The kill goes over in the end. Grieve picks up the third kill, going on a killing spree there. 3-0. He's got two items spiked as well. And now they're going to be able to get the second potion. That's just going to be even more healing.
Because they gave away the 2 dragon just so they can get they have the potential to get the four Ocean dragon. And that's going to be huge because, as you know, Ocean is the most disgusting soul there is.
Yeah. But in terms of executioner's calling, we've only got one on the side of Israel. He's picked that one up for that anti-healing, so it's only going to be from Israel that applies that kind of debuff. So yeah, Yoni needs to be able to get some gold actually.
Shyvana might get the Morelos soon. I mean, she does have the component for Nash's and for the magic pen so far, but she might finish it into your Morelos.
I think you need to put the Nash's on hold at the moment, especially seeing how out of control Fiddlesticks is getting. Now with 2 souls as well, 2 ocean dragons as well, that healing can be just absolutely disgusting. So Mount Albert are gonna send Yone to the bot side. Just to get that solar farm, get that gold as well that he's been so deprived of.
Yeah, I mean, so far it's looking pretty doomed, dude. But that fiddle was huge. The Lucian is getting up there as well. But right now they just need to look big. But you have a Nautilus, and you have like really good burst damage with your other champion. You just need to look for a pick here. Yeah, that's like the best thing you could do. Look, amp down, get vision, and just look for a pick. Once you get the pick, snowball into Baron or even into like towers or split up or even stick grip. But the fact saying that is like Fiddle is so fit that he can actually even win even a 4v5 here. Yeah, so that's really tricky. They just have to play it right and look for mistakes here because right now they're just
and that flash almost got out.
Trying to get a pick here also this, and Ash had to flash over, but that's a flashless Ash.
And meanwhile on the bot lane we've got Shyvana going down. The cannon barrage is going to do too much. And as you were saying, Waterer finds that pick, and here comes that third Fiddlesticks as well. He's going to be able to get that row. There's 2 return kills by the looks of things. Double kill, 10-0 on Death Singer. And that's going to be... I mean, They're trying. I guess they're trying to get picks.
Yeah,
But
I mean, you can't blame them in that situation. Ash flashed away, and they made the pick on GP, which was decent, but nonetheless, they had not much vision to see the fiddlestick coming through and just cleaning the floor.
yeah, Mop
I guess.
and Bucket with that Death Singer picks up those 2 low health bars as well. And good cannon barrage again. I thought Mungding Man was kind of grasping at straws at the moment, just trying to use that, but slows it down. Great area of effect damage as well, and that means Fiddlesticks can come up with that with that cleanup duty and actually get those 2 kills. And so it's great assist from Mungding just to keep them in place for that on. And so yeah, this is so the Challenger Series final is a best of 3.
Yeah.
So it's not all over for Mount Albert if this Fiddlesticks does steal away the win on Death Singer. But yeah, it's at the moment this snowball is, as we were saying at the start of the game, it's going to be up to Mount Albert to stop the snowball. And at the moment they just I guess they tried. But Death Singer being in the right place at the right time, managing to, especially with that first blood, get that Lucian right up where he needed to be in terms of that mid lane matchup, because it could be really challenging into that Yoni you were saying. It could be a skill matchup, so having that little bit of advantage can really propel the game in a certain way, and that's kind of what's happened. And they're going to try and siege mid in terms of Mount Albert. We've got Baron up and Dragon up in a minute 15. So yeah, we've got that third ocean one. It's going to be pretty big to.
Yeah.
I don't think you absolutely need to have to contest it, but
You have to.
The third dragon rather. But
If
like
you give away the 3rd dragon, then you're much more at a risk as well. Right?
yeah, exactly. So it's more being able to contest this one means that it's not going to be run away or stolen or something. There, you got a lot more time up your sleeve. So this 3rd dragon is going to be important for both sides, because it could be the swing of the game in terms of Mount Albert, because they're going to be on that soul point, and that way they could play the map to get that dragon advantage. But yeah, on the side, it'll be the 3rd ocean dragon rather for Burnside if they get this one, which would as we were saying be huge on a hugely healing composition. That Spirit Visage is picked up. We've got Spirit Visage and Zonia's on Fiddlesticks. Triforce and Essence Reaver on Gangplank as well, so he's got that kind of 2 item. Spike we'll
the
talk about.
20% cooldown as well with a duelist.
Israel just completed Death Dance. But, Mount Albert looks like they're going to be giving away this dragon, or they're going to try and contest it. It's going to be a bit too late for that one. Yeah, they're going to have to walk away from that one. And it's going to be Soul Point going over to Burnside. But I don't exactly hate the idea to not contest that because of where they are.
It was hard to get through that, and Fiddlestick might just one shot.
Yeah, you just turn around and you're walking into a final at that point, and that's going to be a fight that Burnside kind of will have a field day with. So what they're going to do is they're going to save their get some time up their sleeve, and going to try to get that pick and mid onto Grieve, but he just walks right out of there. Not quite able to get there. Yeah, with the ward spotting, Trivana, that's going to be enough time for Grieve to walk out of that one. But yeah, they're kind of using their time to try to claw their way back to the game, get some items on Yone as well. And now Death Science is completed for Israel. And get that goal to be able to kind of contest something against this insane Fiddlesticks.
Oh, of course. I mean, have you seen the Rogue game? I think it was versus Fnatic. No, Rogue versus Mad Lions. Have you watched?
No,
that?
I haven't.
No,
I haven't seen one.
Yeah, Lucian was playing. So Rogue picked Lucian into Mad Lions, and then the Lucian I think was doing really really well, and that's where the build popped up. That's one of the matches that people were like, oh, this build is actually pretty good. I mean, sure, the build was really popular before then. Like, we've seen Cat, we've seen Brierickson playing it in solo queue, and that's why during the TSM and TL game, Lucian was banned the whole game.
Yeah.
Like all the games, or even 4 out of 5 of the games. Yeah, no, 5 out of 5 games, because the last game they banned it for Broken Blade, because Broken Blade can also play Lucian at a decent level. But yeah, Lucian with a Mana Immune build is extremely good, because you can get the passive of Mana Immune with your passive, so it's a double shot because so you get
Alright.
2 of the hit. Then that's why it's extremely good. Plus the mana and the I think you get
And
84,
essence regen,
85
yeah.
AD from it, so it's extremely huge. But yeah, and like
I've
I was saying,
always found, especially Lucian, he's been he was kind of introduced as somewhat of a half carry, half AD carry, half caster almost. So he kind of has that ability, that casting ability, that the mid lane, the constant spam of abilities, and the consistent damage that's mid lane is strive on. So which makes it kind of a really decent pick.
yes, in a way, yes, because but you could say the same with Ezreal, but
Yeah.
Ezreal is also good, okay. I guess it's a niche pick into the mid lane, but it's not.
Oh,
too
when the
good.
old W
Yeah.
was, you had that AP
I mean,
scale.
you still can play it in mid lane or send it to starter, but
And the
Lucian-
flash has found, and Parade is going to have to use the ult and the flash to get out of that one. And the ult is not quite enough. Drusha Barrage just misses. But well done, I guess. I thought Imperator was gone for sure. And he had that Enchanted Crystal Arrow, got good slow as well. And
Shyvana
Yone looks like he's going to be lunch on the menu for Grieve and Death Singer. They've found their prey again, and they're going to jump onto that one. And this could be Baron, essentially, with that pick. Imperator's on his way back. He healed up as well. It'll be a 3v4 situation. And that's something they can definitely take. And they found out a bit too late that on that Baron. Looks like they're going to have to try to get a Miracle Steal. Flash over as well. He gets it! The steal! Ainzad steals the Baron with the flash! Oh my gosh! That's going to give him a bit of breathing room, I guess.
I mean, Fiddlestick was level 16. There's no way he should have lost that smite.
And then again, if you're looking on the side of... you've got Ashe and Lucian. I think you need, get them on the back of the pit, start bullying, because you can do a lot of DPS, especially to get that Shyvana away from it. But now he has the Morellos, and he got the steal as well. But that's going to be real huge to be able to give them some breathing room, especially denying Burnside from actually being able to siege and push that game. But it does mean that's going to be Death Singer's 11th kill coming over there, but it's definitely worth it for the Baron. Really well. It's a huge risk. It's actually a huge risk because that blows the flash and essentially a death if that didn't go right for Ainzad. Luckily it did. So as I was saying, gets that breathing room, and it just means that Waterer is not just going to get shoved in completely from these gangplank farms. That being said, though, the Ocean Soul is up and available on the side of Burnside, and they're going to have to fight it here. And so this could be losing all those Baron buffs they just won. But they've got pretty good control. They're going to try and drag it out. It's going to be started up on the side of Mount Albert Grammar School. And Fiddlesticks is in the pit. They're going to try and take him down, tackle him down as quickly as they can. Tarik ult is being used as well. And this looks like Ainzad going to go down. And it's going to be Gangplank taking that one over. That's going to be the sole point as well. And now it's just going to be the fight from here. The flash over from Beps is going to get on the double kill Grieve as well. And that's just going to be the game swiped back in favor of Burnside. They grab the Ocean Soul, deny all those Baron buffs, and they tried to pounce onto that Fiddlesticks, but you've got that support in the back pocket of that huge damage from those secondary carries, as well as that massive peeling support of Tarik.
Yeah, I mean, of course, sure. Fiddlestick does have the Zonya and the Spirit Visage as as defensive items. It's gonna be pretty hard to kill him. Sure, that's why you build Spirit Visage, but personally, I'm not a fan of this the Spirit Visage. It does give you tanky stats and same with the Frozen Heart. He didn't build the Frozen Heart, but I'm just saying defensive item on Fiddle. But he's not going tank Fiddlestick. He went for the Dark Harvest, right?
Right.
I still
So
think,
may as well lean into that.
yeah, I still think going maybe for the Rallies, for the
Death Cap even.
yeah,
Or
Death
Void
Cap.
Staff.
Yeah,
Void Staff would be
I
good.
was about to get there, the Death Cap, the Void Staff for the extra pin, or even the Rallies would be extremely great. But he did opt for the defensive, so it is going to be pretty hard to kill him through the heal. So I guess it's just comfort for him.
I think it's also the extra layer of security as well,
Yeah, I mean, but then
especially to get through the mid game.
sure, but he could have opted for Aftershock then if he wanted to go for defensive, no. But he did opt for the Dark Harvest, so I still. But that's just my opinion, right? I still
You may as well lean into
full
what
AP.
you're trying
Yeah,
to do.
if you are going Dark Harvest, then just go full AP. But they still didn't kill him just because of those defensive items there. Like, you know, you've got the Zhonya's and the Spirit, but missing that Smite before, that was pretty sad to watch on the Baron, and that did set them behind. But however, it's not just a fiddle show anymore. Look at Lucian. Lucian is extremely fed on 4 items here as well. And that's going to be pretty hard to fight a Lucian like that. Nonetheless though, Ezreal is also on 4 items, 1 whole item ahead of Ashe, but that's why you have Mana Immune, which is extremely good and gold efficient. But look at the CS. That's a 321 CS on Ezreal.
Yeah, and so yeah, it's at this point, kind of having, you know, and ANZ hasn't had that kind of scaling that you'd hope for Shyvana, really. Just been, he's been kind of, I'd almost say outjungled by a Death Singer, just because in terms of power farming, kind of Death Singer was in the right place at the right time in terms of creating those opportunities. And ANZ really struggled in some cases. He got the objectives really well in the early game. But yeah, in terms of where the lanes were at, you know, Renekton was constantly shoved in, Yona was constantly shoved in, and even in the bot lane as well, Nautilus was zoning quite often in the bot lane. So it's really, you almost kind of need to go, you know, counter jungling and power farming as much as you can, and trying to keep tabs onto that Fiddlesticks. But it just wasn't, you know, done as much as you would hope it would be for that kind of AP scaling Shyvana. He's got the Mana Immune as well, and Executioner's Calling is in the Last Whisper for Israel, so they've got some anti-healing.
Yeah, I mean, they have to, you know, you've got the Morellos, even though, I guess Morello, I don't think Morellos would have been needed. I mean, you spent 3,000 or 3,100 on the item just for the healing card here, which does set your item path behind, but you kind of had to because with the Ocean Sword. I mean, Yone and Ezreal maybe would have been enough, but or even Renekton with the anti-healing, but nonetheless, it's not too bad as a Shyvana, even though it does set you really, really behind on your item. It is, like, bad, but I guess they kind of, if she had to do it, she has to do it just for the extra poke, and it does give you Magic Pen as well. It's not too bad. But yeah, what do you feel about Leandry's on GP? It's pretty good, but what do you feel on it?
I've never seen it before.
Have you never seen Leandry's?
I've been playing. We've been moving into a new place, and we don't exactly have internet, so I've kind of been away from the game for quite a while. Yeah. Just been playing TFT on mobile data.
No, Leandry's is really good because of the GP ulti and then even the GP barrel. If you get a cheeky one off.
And of course the passive as well. I would assume, with the burn.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. But it's really good. But you know, I do believe the IE would have been a better buy, and then maybe opting for maybe.
I mean, at the moment, Mungbean Man's just been the cannon barrage and split pushing waves at the moment. But yeah, he's racked up a 300 gold bounty for himself, so he hasn't actually been doing too bad just by power farming in those solo lanes.
Yeah, of course. But
how did Mount Albert Grammar School pull this one back? Oh, it's going to be getting caught out by Death Singer here. And here's the Gangplank barrels as well. Greaves going to use that ultimate. Tarek ultimate as well, going to keep the family alive. And looks like Water is going to try and do something in this back line, trying to get something. But Grieve is now godlike. Double kill, scratch that, legendary. He's going to be chasing down ANZ, and this could be the game 1 going over to Burnside. NoEgo as well. As they get that solo as well, they'll be all healed up in no time, and they're going to be knocking down the gates of Mount Albert Grammar School's Nexus Towers for game number 1, and looks like it could be done in 38 minutes, but looks like the inhibitor's going to be respawning just to give him a little bit more time as well. But
that's an 11-0-10 Fiddlestick.
They're going to play it safe. They're going to walk to kind of leave it there. Baron's on the table as well.
They could just go for Elders.
Yeah,
honestly.
I can go for both essentially. Especially if you put Fiddlesticks with the like of Tarek, they could potentially and maybe Lucian. They can get Ashe and Gangplank on the other one. They could potentially do both. But it looks like it's going to be... No, they're just going to reset here. I don't see why you need to reset. Yeah, never mind. Yeah, they're going to go for it as well. Yeah, True Shot Barrage is going to find them. They're going to be doing the Elder. Cannot contest this though. There's no way. Look at it getting melted down. 4k health already. And the Gangplank doing on his own duty as well. That's the Elder Dragon. And that's going to make Death Singer that much more scarier in that Crow Storm.
The race I could have opted for Baron just to trade it in, But
It is risky.
it is pretty risky. Plus, they would have from the Hulk shot from the Ash would have just spot them, and in, it's Elder. Elder at this point is just too good and just gonna one shot anyone. But yeah, I guess just taking Baron, just take it away, or maybe get like your minions. Power.
Yeah, because now they can just
opted for
waltz the Baron, and if they
Yeah.
try and contest it, we can fight and it'll be over.
But yeah, they did not, and that's. I guess they didn't want to risk it. But right now they're just bleeding heavily, and they're just gonna bleed out and lose the game here if they don't get a pick, or just or the blue side does a huge mistake. Because right now it's a 13k gold lead. It's pretty hard to come
Yeah.
back from that.
I mean, unless you're in 2015 MSI and Wolf gets a great engagement to EDG with a shockwave from Faker to find them all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
And that was a 10k gold lead that EDG lost in that one 2015.
That was
EDG fanboy heart broke right there, but that's fine. I'm not even salty about that. I do not remember that at all.
Oh, I still remember it.
Oh, the Enchanted Crystal Arrow does find the Israel, and with the help of Gangplank and Lucian, that's going to be raining down a huge damage as well. Tara gets that stun, but it's going to be Spidey Man's going to get away from that one from Nautilus, and Croston's going to be in the back side of that one. Going to try and get hooked in, and it's stunned up, but the Nexus goes down. Burnside, NoEgo picks up game number 1 in the Challenger Bracket Finals.
I guess the triple damage carry comp did work after all.
Yeah, you're flaming it almost. You're like, how is this working? How is this going to work?
Like I said, if it works, if they do manage to pull out, the damage is going to be insane, which it was.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And so we're just going to get into game number 2 fairly quickly. That was an incredible kind of performance from Death Singer as well.
No, it was good.
Yeah. It was real fun to watch as well. Great attempts from Mount Abbott as well. Honestly, I don't think there was a terrible amount of misplay from Mount Abbott, but rather just NoEgo playing out of their skins in the grand finals of this, basically, to be able to really perform at the best ability from using Death Singer to get everyone ahead, and Grieve as well coming out huge with the kind of Lucian in the late game. Yeah. Which tends to fall off, you'd expect, for a Lucian.
It does fall off, but when you're ahead like that and have the man immune with a crit, you're just gonna burst down, right?
Yeah.
Like I don't know if you've seen the Fnatic G2 one, but not the finals, the one before where the Fnatic did beat G2.
3-2, yep.
And you've seen that where Nemesis just burst down the caps LeBlanc.
Done.
So yeah, it's
a scary thing to
You still have huge damage resolution. Like I don't want to say he falls off, but he falls off in terms of he doesn't have that attack
in relation
steroid
to
just free hit in the late game team fight, right? So yeah, but yeah, I wouldn't say he's bad. I just think he's not as good as other AD carries.
Yep. So we will be getting into game number 2. That one. And so what do we expect for Mount Abbott to kind of come back, I guess, for game number 2 to get that, even the scores up a bit?
Yeah, I mean, we'll see what comp they pick here and then go through it. But that game was, I don't want to say a stomp, but it low-key was just Fiddlestick running through them.
They just stole away the game. They played really controlled as well to make sure they get their objectives, make sure they hit all the marks. Yeah, I'll just show you. Sweet. Awesome. I'm looking fairly excited for this one. And so these guys are actually playing for the Logitech G wireless mouses we've actually got. But yeah, we've got them all around together around the Omen Esports Arena, but they'll be playing for that one as well as some in-game.
That's a decent mouse,
right
dude.
points.
Like, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Like I said before, I think I did mention it
Honestly,
before.
yeah,
it gives me like a Logitech mix with a Def Adder Elite from Razer mixed together, because it gives me a similar feel from the Def Adder Elite, which I previously was using before I changed to Logitech myself.
Also, it's like I'm not sure if we can see, but it's really like quite compact, and it actually fits in a hand rather than some gaming mouses where you have to actually like claw over like that. So playing for a long time, it's quite good for your head, quite good for your wrist as well, and especially with the wireless tech as well. I'm sure with my mouse I'm currently like tugging it to make sure the wire is not falling behind it. So yeah, it's great technology. It's a great buy as well, especially if you're looking to upgrade. Logitech, I know, just as a brand, are super durable.
Of course, like
super durable.
To be honest, like my favorite is still the G502 Hero that I use. Like, of course, like I've used the the 990 series. I've used this one, the Pro X, but I still do like the personally I do like the G502. Just used to it. But previously, like I said, I was using Death Feather, and the Death Feather was really nice. But this is like a Death Feather Elite for Logitech. So if you don't like the G502, and this would be like a really really nice mouse.
Especially if
I just feel it's a bit
it's a good series to switch over to. It's a good series to like.
Pro series is a bit. Like I said, it's really nice.
Yeah,
but
it's just clean, crisp, and it's like it's just durable of all things. It's not good quality for like a month, and then you find something rips or something like that. It's just,
of course, it's Logitech, man.
Yeah, it's Logitech quality. But yeah, so we're super stoked, actually, super stoked to be able to be partnered with them and them hooking us up with some sweet gear. And yeah, so I'm looking forward to getting my Yeti mic. You're looking forward to your Brio camera.
Man, I still haven't got it.
Quality Zoom calls if we go back into those tutorials.
I still use my laptop for Zoom call. I don't even use my PC for Zoom call. Some of my Zoom call, I'm actually just playing ARAM, running it, just playing ARAM while I'm on a Zoom call. That's what I do sometimes. But if it's important, then of course I just hop on my bed and just lay down and just laptop.
Mute yourself, camera off, have a nap.
Nobody can trash talk my MacBook. We saw my MacBook save us so many times.
But the teams are going to take a quick break between game 2, get their strategies all sorted, which means we're going to take a quick break here as well, and a quick break for you guys as well. So yeah, this is a good time to grab your refreshments and whatnot, grab some snacks. It will be in for game 2. The sides are switched, where Mount Albert Grammar School facing Mount Albert Grammar School. Hybridragon are up against Burnside, trying to get game number 2 from Burnside College. So from this best of 3 in the Challenger bracket finals. So don't go anywhere. So that's welcome back for game number 2. We've got Mount Albert Grammar School versus Burnside NoEgo in the Challenger bracket finals. Previously, we saw game 1 get handed over to Mount Albert Grammar School. No, sorry, Burnside Ego rather, NoEgo. So yeah, it's going to be up to Mount Albert Grammar School on the blue side now to be able to steal the win from this one. And they've actually called in a substitute as well for this one. So it's going to be Sans Sheriff over for who was it? It was Tira 2002, so that's probably got to be around the mid lane or something. But as we said before, these guys flex around quite frequently. So yeah, we've got the Shen ban, the Lucian ban. So Shen ban again.
Of course, they would ban the Lucian, wouldn't they?
Gotta ban the
after that,
Lucian. Yeah.
But yeah, Eve ban. Like I said, Eve is a decent ban because of the extreme late game. I don't think she's worth banning. If you play early game champion, you can just punish her and make her useless. But I guess they just don't want to pick. They just don't want to bother giving her the the room just to scale up. You've got the Alistair. I guess Alistair is like a pick that their support plays.
Yep.
Otherwise, I don't know why you would ban it. And then Shen,
conflict.
Shen is an extremely good champion right now. Can be flexed in the top lane, jungle like we saw, and even the support. So extremely good and worth the ban. And Fiddlestick, I guess they don't want to run it over again. Is that the reason they're banning Fiddlestick and Lucian, just because they did get roll by it?
So
But-
we've streamed I think both of these teams before.
Yeah, Asian McDonald's.
Yep. So Death Singer's old name Asian McDonald's.
Yeah.
I'm sure we've seen. I'm pretty sure we saw him in the Logitech G highlight of the
You
week
remember that, yeah.
with the Olaf seal over the wall. I
Yeah,
love
yeah.
that one.
Yeah.
Just with
I
the
remember that.
undertow over the wall, steals the dragon. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's had dominant performances. Yeah. So it's just good to see that. Are you on my? You been? Yeah. Cool. Making sure you're not on my Twitch account again. So I was just typing in the chat. Oh, you are on my Twitch. What the heck?
Not my fault. You keep stealing the laptop that I use.
What do you mean? This has been set up for me. This is my sign. Man. This is not fair. Get out of there. But if we look at picks and bans, we've got Jax secured as the first pick on Sans Serif. And yeah, Ashe, good pick. Again, we saw held its own really, really well in their bot lane.
I mean,
Imperator?
they banned the Aatrox first time, and then they're banning it again. Is it just because Sansurf plays it? Maybe, but Aatrox is such, it's not even a good champ, right? Like, you can easily kite away from it, you can easily kill it. But if it does get on top of you, obviously it's just gonna, 1v9 for you and just kill. You've seen the Shy, you've seen so many, the Khan plays it. Like, once they get a good team fight, they just roll over. But it's not a hard champion, you could always pick Jace. There's so many other champions that you could pick and just snowball into the Aatrox. But I guess they just don't want to, go into the Aatrox, I guess, just because might be a good player. However, the Jax is really, really good here. Oh, we're going to see the Veigar here. Like I said, how many times I told you, Veigar is the best counter against Azir. And we've seen it now. During practice, I've always said this. As soon as you've seen an Azir, you can always pick Veigar. And wait, the Yasuo is also really good into Azir here.
Yeah.
But they might go Yasuo bot lane. Or they might even flex the Veigar bot lane. Or support.
Veigar support.
I'd say Veigar bot lane is better because you get to stack your Q up.
But the cage can be. Oh no! Don't do that to us.
Do it.
It's gonna be. Oh, this Kaiser's gonna be locked in. So as we did see that
Kaiser?
before, it was banned away in game number 1. That must be just due to comfort pick reasons as well. But now they get to secure that one on the side of Mount Albert Grammar School. And yeah, it's gonna be the kind of Graves Harvard for the last. So that'll be for the jungle of. No, there's the Carthus Comfort. No, Lilia.
Lilia.
There's the Lilia
see
one.
the Lilia. I'm happy about this Lilia. Like I mentioned before, like Asians, the Asian region know about Lilia and her power. People are saying she's weak. She really isn't. It's just her passive extremely good.
She's quite more of a supporting.
Not really. She can. She
can carry.
bursts of damage.
She's got quite a lot of utility.
Yeah, she's very slippery, right?
Yeah.
The movement speed and the burn passive extremely good on her.
Yeah.
And that's why Asians, the Asian region, are like really good at utilizing her and just trying to get ganks off and the sleep and the team fights and everything. But European region does prefer, like the West region does prefer that more aggressive junglers like Nidalee, Lee Sin. You've got the Evelyn, so more of a 1v9 junglers compared to Lydia. So, and yeah, triple damage carry again. But I've also, like I mentioned, we've also seen Lilia tank, right? We've also seen the Lilia tank build.
Yeah.
So they could opt for that as well if they wanted to. But so far, Kai'Sa into Jhin. I'm not a fan of the Kai'Sa into a Jhin, but we'll see. Oh, Warwick ban.
I mean, it's a fairly easy champion to run away with kind of Honestly, I find Warwick scary. Warwick's in the game scary enough.
I mean,
as
it's
well.
Oceania, dude. Warwick is our champion. If you haven't noticed that.
No, I haven't noticed that.
Well, I do believe Warwick is most played in Oceania.
Oh, right.
A lot of Oceania players play him in solo queue. It's known for our champion. I mean, of course, you've got the Nautilus statue that we've got in Australia in one of the Australian seas. I think you've heard it, yeah.
So we had that. We had that pretty much for there's a community something a while ago.
Yeah. But yeah,
Nautilus has chosen
Warwick is the Ocean champion, and I'm happy. But I always enjoy when I see a Warwick.
Yep.
Which is pretty nice here, but
Yumi. Oh, I'd love to see a Yumi. I love to play against a Yumi.
You know I
love
like
Yumi
champion.
so much.
You know I don't like that champion.
Yumi is such a fun champion with lots of counterplay, and the design team has really outdone themselves with balance with in terms of creating this champion and who let that into the game? Who let Yumi into the game?
You're just bad. You're just.
I hate Yumi, man. Yumi's just not fun. Yumi's
You're just bad.
Oh, I love Nocturne. I love to see a Nocturne, especially a Nocturne mid.
Yeah, Nocturne is extremely good into there because of the Azir and the Jhin. It's really squishy and
low mobility as well. I mean, Azir does have this
has a really good mobility.
I mean, but like in terms of
but yeah, early on, it's gonna be a bit problem. But
also a really high progression Lilia could struggle with, in terms of massively aggressive junglers as well. And let's not forget that we've got kind of Rakan as well. So the bot lane, so we've got our Veigar actually being slotted to the mid lane.
Yeah.
So it's not going to be the bot lane at all as a support. But yeah, Veigar is really good fix pick. In terms of front line though, that's just going to be pretty much the
I talked about the Jace before.
You talked about the Jace?
I talked about the Jace just before into the Aatrox. Is he going to do it into the Jace?
Oh, it's going to be Malphite. Malphite's good into Jax.
Yeah, I know, but
it's just it's a safe counter pick into Jax as well.
I did want to see my Jace.
Mungbean Man as well. We've seen really held his own against into Waterer, especially with those couple of outplays on the Renekton as well. So I think Malphite's a really good safe pick, especially if you're letting Death Singer on the Lilia. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot in that kind of hands again.
Surely Malphite goes full AP, right? No, most likely he will go the tank Malphite here. But
they've just got a lot of quite safe.
They've
picks.
got enough damage.
They've got a lot of safe picks on the side of Burnside, so they kind of want to make sure that nothing's too risky is thrown away in game 2.
I mean, like I said before, I'm not a fan of the Kai'Sa into the Jhin here, but I guess she is a decent Kai'Sa player by the looks of it because it was banned the previous game. But if they do want to opt for it, because Veigar is just going to be winning lane into Azir, of course. The counter here, Jax into Malphite will suffer a little bit early on because the Malphite is just going to look to poke you, and if you do jump in, he's just going to have the extra tank stats from his W, I believe, and all that so on. But after that, Jax does beat Malphite. Once you scale up and get your some of your items. Jax will do really, really well into the Malphite, but early on in the laning phase, it's going to be a bit of a struggle. So yeah, this is going to be really good for the Nocturne here, just to power farm to level 6 and then just look for a gank. Because at the moment, Malphite will have the lane pressure, but Veigar will have the lane pressure as well. And Jhin does have better clear. Jhin will have better clear than Kai'Sa Rakan. I'm just thinking because if Rakan does W the back wave or help Kai'Sa for clear, they might go even.
Nocturne's pretty much the only one that kind of struggles in terms of scaling, I'd say.
Yes and no at the same time.
Yeah, but in terms of like if we're looking at these team comps, like both are essentially almost looking for a bit of that late game, a bit of that scaling, and especially in the Azir and Malphite does pretty well later on in the game. Once he's pretty much just an unkillable beast. Yeah. Same with Jax, as he could just destroy a tower in under 3 seconds. And Veigar, of course, just presses R on someone and they're dead.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, of course.
So it'll be interesting to kind of see where this goes, if it goes to late game. Because they both got really good potential on both kind of sides to bring that out.
They both have like extremely high late game champ. You've got Veigar, one of the best late game champ, and Azir, which is also one of the best late game champ. And then you've got the Jhin, which is extremely good late game with those heavy AD and just one shot. And then Kai'Sa, arguably the the best
late game
late
because
game,
you've got
easy.
that adapting build and whatnot.
Of course, exactly. I mean, sure, you've got Cogmore, you've got Twitch, also extremely high, but yeah, Kai'Sa, easily one of the best, up there. You've got Jax, he's just gonna 1v9 in the side lane if you don't answer him. And then Yumi stats, which just goes high skill. In the late game, just gonna heal for like half health. So yeah, this is really, really good in the late game here, but they will have to try look in the early game because they do have the pressure. They still have the pressure engage from the team Nocturne, Rakan, and the Jax jumping in. So they do have enough engage, and then you've got the Malphite, you've got the Azir disengage. The fight is gonna be really, really intense to have a look at the moment, but nonetheless, it's gonna go. I do predict an even game unless mistakes happens, like you've seen. But the comp looks pretty even right now, I believe.
In terms of rosters, not only do we have that sub of Sans Serif in, but we've got a kind of a Caps Perks duo in the mid bot as well. We've got Grieve now picking up Jin, now playing the bot side, who was playing Lucian mid last game, and Imperator, who was playing that Ashe bot lane last time, is now on that Azir in the mid lane. So we've got a bit of a swap there. So we'll see how that kind of plays up for them. As we were saying before, they are very versatile, very flexible players, which could really, it could quite throw off the bot lane and the mid lane even, just by, really these completely new playstyles are just being thrown into the mix, and maybe once you've got really used to someone's habits in the mid lane or something, that's just flipped on its head. So it could be to the advantage as well, or it essentially is because they're relearning habits of their
so Imperator is an Azir main, I believe. So this is gonna be he should be able to be fine into the Veigar, even the Veigar does counter him. But I guess his experience on Azir will be really, really good into the Veigar, because if Veigar misses misplay, and you can easily just shove the lane in, win the game by then. But yeah, it's not hard to beat an Azir's Veigar, because like I mentioned countless time on stream before, the soldier range and the W cage from Veigar is the same. So yeah.
And we're just gonna make sure we're all synced
Was
up
it 10?
and all good.
Yeah.
We'll just make sure everything's all in the right position.
But yeah, at the moment, like we said, you've got your Rakan Kai'Sa, which should be losing early on against the Jin Yumi. Veigar into Azir will have to give the prior, but like I said, Azir mains are pretty nasty if they do know their champions. So that would be pretty even. And then the Lilia Nocturne Lilia is just gonna be looking for cheeky roams, cheeky ganks, and just farm her way up. And then Nocturne, like we know, extremely power farm jungler, trying to get his level 6 to start running it down into lanes. And then Jax Malphite should be winning early on, and then he will be losing after that once Jax had his power spike items and levels. But yeah, so far okay.
Yeah, we're all good. We're all good to get started, and we'll make sure we're all synced up, so we're all ready to go. Yeah, everyone's ready. So on one, ready, 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, let's get in game.
And awesome. Yeah, we're all good to go, and we're into game number 2 of the Challenger Bracket Finals. We've got Mount Albert Grammar School on the blue side, and we've got Burnside NoEgo on the red side. And if they pick up this win, they pick up that series and those Logitech G wireless mouses, as well as some sweet in-game prizes. So a lot to play for. And
of course. I don't want to say I don't like the electrocute on Nocturne here. It can be pretty good if you do dive into Azir and just get the burst damage from electrocute, or into even the Jhin here. But he could have went for Halo Blades. He could have went for Lethal Tempo or any other route.
I think
or even the Phase Rush here.
Lethal Tempo is quite good for I would say if you're laning.
I still think Halo Blades is best, like by far. It's just really, really good boost damage.
Especially if you're going lethality.
Yeah. Or like, I mean, what else would you go if you? Guess, right? Like.
Oh no, Bruiser. No. I got Bruiser. Bruiser AP Nocturne.
Of course you would.
No, I don't.
Nah, but
I got knocked in
nonetheless,
mid.
yeah, it's still okay, right? It's still decent. You know, you get the boost damage. And then, you know, Azir take the, you know, self-explanatory on the lethal tempo. Like, you know, what else would you take? Sure, you've got the Arcane Comet that you want to take on Azir if you do want to look for poke. To get your laner down. Or you can also go for the Hail of Blades, like I mentioned, and just get those quick traits, quick 3 autos. But yeah, lethal tempo is just for more late game. Just get that scaling and then get the extremely 110 attack speed in the late game. But yeah, well, when I play Azir, I also get lethal tempo. Even though I'm not gonna lie, I do feel better when I play with the Hail of Blades Azir because I have much more early game pressure with a triple auto with Hail of Blades. But nonetheless, I still take lethal tempo myself just because I like it more.
I just don't play Azir.
Azir is amazing, dude. One of my favorite champions in the game.
Nah, too hard.
That's why he's my favorite. I love high scaling champ. Right now, I've been playing Kali.
If I'm looking for that kind of, I don't know. I kind of look for Orianna in terms of if I'm looking for a kit that kind of does that, which pretty good late game as well as really good control, especially in that late game. So that's where I
try a Kali. I haven't lost a game of a Kali.
I lose all my games on a Kali.
I haven't lost a game in my past. I think 30 games right now. On a Kali.
Now yeah,
she's nasty. People just don't know how to play against her. But you know, I've had a lot of fun on Akali and Azir recently. Azir, I'm not gonna lie, Azir does feel weak in this meta right now because of the scaling issues and all that stuff. But if you do manage to scale really well and not get put behind, it's extremely good.
Yeah. And so yeah, we saw Ainzad actually on this early game champion. Of course, got to be more proactive. Looks like there's more fighting in the bot lane as well. And Pharaoh's being taken really low on the side of Greed as well.
Wait, did they have to reroll? I didn't see that properly.
Here's the flash.
I was just about to say, I was like, wait,
blood.
because Jin had the cleanse, right? He could have cleansed from the Rakan W and then flash earlier, but I guess doesn't matter because he still got the kill.
He got the fourth shot, flash, boom, dead.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what I was gonna say because I was just about to say the same thing. I was just.
Why doesn't he do this? He just does it.
Yeah. You know, like he just did it later than I.
So that's going to be first blood picked up for Grieve, and I can see when Grieve gets money in their pocket, he could be quite scary. So it's going to be a great pickup into that one. With that, Yumi as well, Bipsy, really good at peeling in, kind of helping out his carries in game number 1 in that Tarek. So hopefully, all he has to do is sit back and just kind of put his feet up onto the keyboard and occasionally. Slam his heel down a bit, and then he'll just kind of win the game. Because that's how you play Yumi. You just chill, sit, have a quick nap as well. Get your laundry done. Come back every now and then, press Q. And then it should be 20 minutes. That should be enough to cook dinner, do the dishes as well. And then you'll be into the late game. So that way you come back and just press R. By that time, of course, your AD carry is now 10-0. Just by you, of course, have your like pet if you have a pet. Or like a bird, maybe sitting on there, just pressing E whenever it's off cooldown. And and that's the pro way to play Yumi as well.
You're just salty about the champion, aren't you?
I'm salty. Yeah. If any character doesn't have to move, what's the point of playing it? You can just play with one hand as well. Go on swipe on Tinder. While swipe Tinder on one hand, play Yumi on the other.
Oh, is that what you do?
No, I don't know.
Are you like from experience?
I don't swipe Tinder, man. I've already clocked that game. Clocked Tinder, easy. Easiest game of my life.
No, but the mistake was just picking Kai'Sa into Jhin. Like, you don't want to pick Kai'Sa into Jhin. That's just not what you want to do. But, yeah, nonetheless.
Comfort be damned. It's a tricky matchup nonetheless. In terms of Jhin pack against Jhin packs, I'm thinking, the Caitlyn was still on the table. Caitlyn wasn't banned, and that
Senna was open, Caitlyn was open, but Jhin is, of course, Jhin is not too bad into them, to be honest, because Jhin does have the abilities to just farm safely and just get trade in pretty good. Jhin is not an ADC that Ashe or Caitlyn can bully as much as other ADCs, right? So it's still a pretty good choice, but yeah, just picking Kai'Sa and Jhin is just not a good option here. And then, since Azir is having the lead so far, I guess, but that just comes from experience, not champion, just because I don't think that Sansurf does play Azir well, and You know, he took the Comet, and Comet is not a rune that you want to take when you're not experienced on this yet, and you take it just to burst out, like, you know, to get poke on your opponent. He could have went for the Dark Harvest if he wanted, just the one shot. You know, of course you have the best rune, which is Glacial. You could always go Glacial into GLP and stuff, and then, you know, not let the Azir move or let the other team in. But he opted for the heal and the Comet. You know, which is not the best because, you know, you still get the option to take TP, which is really good. TP would have been the best choice in my opinion here. Just, you know, you can get back to lane safely and come back.
But kind of has that little bit of survivability and those more extended exchanges, perhaps against the Azir. That could be that Vega can kind of fall difficult to, especially once he's got it. You know, once his kit is all used up and his burst's all blown, then he's kind of sitting duck sometimes. But yeah, as long as that cage lands, it should be all good for him.
Yeah. No, the only thing is just skill difference at this point because, you know, the amount of Azir games that the Imperator had compared to the Sandsur amount of games that Vega. Yeah.
So definitely, it's just comfort picks at the moment. Comfort pick kind of advantage goes over to Imperator.
And then you give the Jhin away, which is, you know, one of the champions that Grief plays a lot. And, you know, it's not going to be pretty good. Plus, you pick Kai'Sa into Jhin, you know. So it's not going to go really well. And at the moment, it's just, like I said, Malphite is the only lane that's going to should be, like, you know, winning really, really hard.
Flash has to be used, but that's got to be the unstoppable force as well as the slam out from Deathsinger to get the first kind of kill of that. Second kill rather on the side of Burnside. So yeah, that's going to be the so jungle proactivity we see. As well, it's got 60 CS and that kill over. So it's 10 CS ahead and a kill over the Nocturne as well. So been doing an awesome job of that kind of farming, really.
Yeah, I mean, and, you know, like I keep mentioning, it's 8 minutes, Riff is up. Do look for the Riff. It's extremely good. You know, you can rotate your bot lane, like I've said so many times, in the top lane, or even just to the Riff and get, but so is the Dragon. So they could trade objective here, if the Nocturne doesn't feel comfortable fighting for the Infernal Drake. Lilia is pathing down towards it. Only the Krugs is up in her top side, so she could just opt for the Dragon here since she has Prior from the Jhin. Yeah. And gonna have Prior from the Azir as well soon.
But yeah,
just after the
it's
blue
gonna
buff.
look like bot lane resets here. So maybe they look to grab the Dragon after the reset. Once they get items and a bit more health, then kind of more contest that easier. And teleport advantage is over for Mungbean Man as well, because Waterer had to use that to get back into lane after that pretty successful gank in the top lane. But yeah, really good timing with the after he has forcing the flash out and then using the ult after that. So just a good coordination for us that top lane gank.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Like I said before, you know, Malphite is gonna be, you know, enjoying the laning phase, but after the laning phase, he will get pretty stomped. Oh.
And yeah, just gonna be. Oh, and here comes the paranoia as well. Nocturne's gonna throw over that. That's the snare. I mean, from the final chapter being used. Flash is burnt out as well. But in the end, bot lane survives. That's the Nocturne gank.
Yeah, we do see that Kai'Sa pinging that Jhin cleanse, even though he did. But you know, Jhin just needed to flash, and then the Yuumi just have the ulti to get him out of here. It's not as easy to get, and Malphite is trying to put out the freeze.
There's the unstoppable force as well. That's going to get the bowling ball to land, and that'll be asleep as well. The counter strike doesn't do anything. Waterer, jumps away, but no, the damage from Lilia is enough. Deathsinger picks up their second kill of this game, and they're going to shove this top lane out, and Waterer is not having a fun time. No flash, no teleport either, so this could be like Rift Herald into some more damage or even another dive potential in the top lane. But yeah, it's ultimate is not available. Sorry, I'm looking at phase rush. I'm an idiot. But yeah, they're gonna looks like Lilia's in the top side. ANZ's gonna go for their first dragon.
Yeah. They do have Kai'Sa. Kai'Sa is pretty good at objective taking, but
the curtain call, and it looks like Farah is in a tricky situation. The third bullet lands. So Grieve goes down, and there's going to be one more bullet available. Just misses. aims at. But now Lily is here just in time, and that's why we're talking about that speed from the
Yeah, they did not. They didn't. Yeah, I don't think they should have done it. If they wanted to do it, they should have done it way earlier.
and they should really commit to it as well.
Yeah, but
because
it was a bit scrappy. You know, and you can't just do that when the Jin is already ahead. Azir has the prio, plus it was water, and you're like doing the dragon on a ward basically. So there's no way that's gonna go well for you.
No, yeah. So it ends up being 4 kills over for Burnside at the moment, with the first dragon as well. So it just puts the Mount Albert Grammar School really behind in the second game, and this kind of safe team comp that's been kind of selected.
It's a 3k goal lead already, man. Like,
yeah,
this is pretty sad to watch, but it's never over here because you have pretty
that
good
Jack
scaling
the
champions,
the Vanguard thing, but it's been top lane's done really well in keeping this hyper carry Jax to be able to shutting it down, and look could be done again. There's still no flash for a few
no, they're gonna kill the
it.
Jax again, aren't
Yeah, they're pinging up for that. They're getting ready for that one, and Water is going to find the Lilia just in time to try to dodge that,
no.
but that's going to be asleep, and it's going to be shut down, knocked up. Death Singer is on a killing spree from just a
Bro, I'm getting flashback from the FlyQuest TSM game when Solo just got dumpstered.
dumped
Every single game
yeah.
he's getting ganked, by
Water,
Speak
yeah.
and Broken Blade. This gives me like flashbacks right now.
Yeah, so
This
yeah,
is just sad.
Death Singer is doing really well. Game 2 as well, showing his dominance, being in the right place at the right time, and really good kind of control over his kind of camps. So making sure he's got in the right place for ganks, in the right place for camps as well. Just really utilizing the efficiency and mobility of it. Oh, and Curtain Call's being sent out, and that's going to be Farah. Oh, it has to flash and gets out just, but it's going to force the flash out nonetheless. So yeah, good job for that one. Good Curtain Call. And guy called Adam was just crying a wall in the meantime.
On the Nocturne here, he does have the paranoia.
Yeah, but he's gonna. Yeah, the vision controller has been sent out from.
But I don't think. Yeah, I don't think.
Alan. But yeah, no, because Kai'Sa has to. Farah has to go back. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, it's balloon tower defense for Samsung.
Tower defense.
Just kind of wave clearing, keeping things at bay from the Azir pushing up.
Oh no!
Don't do it. Death Sing is just staying in that top lane and making sure Water is not doing anything. And here's the paranoia in the mid lane though, and it's going to be the ultimate used and the flash used out as well. He's going to be stuck into the cage as well, locked up, and it should be autos to get Imperator down for the first kill of the game on the side of Mount Albert Grammar School. First Mount Albert Grammar School kill of the game rather. And yeah, so current plating has formed. So yeah, there's going to be couple of plates picked up in the bot lane as well, and at the top lane, just from that dominance from having 2 people in the lane, basically. Lilia being setting up her camp and building her house into that top lane. But yeah, and allowing Malphite for to just be able to hold their own now they're with that little gold lead and making sure that scaling is done under control, which I think is the best place to focus. When you're looking at this team comp, like, it's either going to have to be the top of the mid side, and with Azir doing really well as a control mage, it's good to be putting that focus and attention up into that top lane. But yeah, no, I don't think there's anything's going to happen too much there. A guy called Alan tries to do something, but when you don't have when you have a Mana as that's not even stacked up yet. Farah is going to struggle to do damage on this side, and it's just a guy called Alan.
Yeah, I agree, but
I
still think Kai'Sa can do damage with the Halo Blades and the passive stacks. And
when you're looking at that as well, but you're looking at the Yumi Zumis as well as that final chapter, it's going to be a huge threat to be able to get any kind of damage across. So it's going to make that engage a real struggle for a guy called Alan, because I'm not sure if there's much is going to result of it, and it's going to be just Grieve and Bipsy is going to be able to really control that wave, control that lane quite nicely.
Yep, and Ref is still up, but none of the team want to go for it. I mean, they just play it safe. And Dragon will be up in a few seconds here, and we'll see if Death Singer does opt for it as soon as it gets up, because
Oh, the bowling ball does land onto ANZ, and that could be the follow-up coming up very shortly. But no, it's just a walk away from that one.
Yep, that's a Ocean Dragon.
Yeah.
Away. The TP coming
Teleport is going to be used to make sure they
confirm,
secure that one as well. No doubt about it. Mungbean Man's going to be actually looking for something. Lilia does pick that one up. Death Singer does that really well.
It's really bad for Malphite though. He does give his
use
wave
the,
away. He has to get something here.
Yeah, he has to get something, otherwise it's a wasted TP. He's going to be looking for Farah as well. He's going to get that slowed down, and it's not going to be locked up by Jin. But he just teleports down to have a bit of a stroll, have a bit of a cheeky tiki tour around the bot side.
They are going to force it.
But they actually are going to force it. The teleport is being retaliated
no.
from the top side. Paranoia is being sent out. Who's the target? The massive stream of shuffle is going to just keep Malphite alive. In the end, it's only going to be 2 falling down the side, and it's going to be the Burnside actually picks up that dive quite well, and this could be everyone falling. It's just going to be a guy called Alan walking away from that, but yeah, gonna take that tower shot, get that execute over. But yeah, it was just that stream of shuffle.
I mean, they're just ahead to do that. They're 5k ahead, bro, and it's only been 17 minutes. So, yeah.
I kind of want to rename, the nicknamed Ultimate from Azir from the Streamer Shuffle to the Emperor's New Groove.
What?
How he swings in the Streamer Shuffle's him swinging in there and getting the ult off.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of a groove, right? You would say, and he's an emperor. Nonetheless, we should give it the title of the best movie of all time, The Emperor's New Groove. And I will not be taking any criticism, nor feedback to that, or I will not be debating the fact that The Emperor's New Groove is in fact the best movie of all time. Actually, the only other possible argument could possibly be The Road to El Dorado. That's the only other one I'll accept for a first place equal, maybe.
Okay. Okay. No, but yeah, back in
Great play though, great play. Meanwhile, 5-0 kind of.
Hey, that's my favorite part about playing Azir, dude. So you can do the chicken emote.
Yeah.
You know how I've done it so many times, dude. Like you go in the chicken and you pretend that you're the big chicken, and it's so funny to watch. And you just blend it. Yeah, that's so funny. Yeah. That's actually so funny. I love it.
Pull out the emote.
Yeah, you blend it with a chicken. That's so cool.
Yeah, that's the only one. Oh no, actually picking Warwick and doing the same at Wolves.
Or you can pick Tom Kenshin.
Tom Kenshin romp. Yeah.
Nah, my favorite is Azir with the Raptors. Are just so nice.
And Paranoia's going to be trying to lock down this Jin, but the final chapter snares everyone down, and Lily is there as well in case, and they're looking for this so hard, but there's just nowhere to be found, and it's just going to be a guy called Alan trying to look to body block. Farah, why are you not standing behind your body blocker, man? And it's just going to be, Azir is going to be, escorting these in that river, and Waterick, trying to 1v1 Munding, man, so he's just going to run away.
Level 11, yeah, I mean.
He has the ult ready, he can turn that if he wants to. But yeah, it's Burnside running away from this game again. And
I mean they have their one tricks, like not one trick, but like main rather. They have the Azir and they have the Jin. So I guess in a way they were given the champion, and then they got Kai'Sa. They have to oppose Kai'Sa Rakan, which is pretty free for a Jin Yumi, and then Azir, sure he's get counted, but the experience that he has on Azir compared to the experience that the Vega player has is not comparable.
Yeah, just the added mobility that Jin gets with the addition of Bepsi's Yumi is just you can't match everything. It's just and a guy called Alan can. He's going to go in for that pick onto Bepsi as well, but he's got the heal. He walks out of the way from that one, and he'll be just fine by the looks of things. Bowling ball sent out, not going to hit anything. And yeah, it looks like it could be the third dragon picked up very soon. It will be spawning in just as a bit. There are my objective times. There we go. Yeah, 30 seconds. There we go. The Cloud Soul for that Cloud Dragon rather, but it'll put them on a soul point if it's secured. Ooh.
6k goal lead. Let's go.
Yeah, it's going to be real tough to come back from. It's going to... When they go
Jack's just finished his Triforce, which is, I guess, good, but he's still behind. Working towards the week's end.
Yeah, it's going to have to be a late game miracle. It's going to have to be Sansev having to come out huge with this Vanguard, be able to like manage to lock down the likes of the Jin and the Lilia, who are just super speedy. And so they're in a bit of a sticky situation, and they've got good tabs onto this Cloud Dragon as well. It's going to be really difficult to contest. However, Paranoia is up. This could be a miracle steal. We've seen ANZ do it before in game number 1. I don't think it'll come out in game number 2. No, there's no real reason to.
There's 3 level difference between the jugglers here.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be a 3 level advantage on that smite. And
I mean, we've seen him do it against a 2 level too.
Yeah, so. But it's still not kind of worth that risk. Like in the other game, it was kind of to save the game, probably. But we're at the 22-minute mark, and that is a 6k gold lead with 3 dragons. That is tough.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Oh no, but Monkey Man is in a sticky situation himself. Oh, it's going to use the unstoppable force to get out of that, and he'll be just fine. Can't get locked down.
That's so much resources there. 3 champion to the bot side.
Yeah, 3, and there's going to be the mid lane tower falling. But like, if you're on the side of Mount Albert Grammar School, what do you do? How do you come back from this game?
I guess it's pretty hard to come back from this one. At this point, just because
unless they get a main 0 100% wing strat coming at you. Here we go. This is how you come back from a game like this. Here we go. Alright, so they might be, you might send 3 down to kill a Malphite, right?
Get me out!
3 members down to kill a Malphite. No. Scratch that. Send 5 down. They're going to try and push those mid lane towers, and then that's when you go, we're not actually going for the Malphite. We've baited you into a false sense of security. You've tried to push this mid tower. Then they come into the flank for a 4v5 fight. They lock down those carries. They get that Jin, they get that Azir. And then the Malphite's sitting there like in the bot side, like, yo, where's everyone at? I'm trying to run away
something
from
called a TP. Did you forget about that?
Yeah, no, first of all, you got to force out the TP from Malphite. And then you do that. Obviously, it was implied.
No, it's just Jin and Azir are really strong at the moment, especially the Jin.
Yeah, and of course with Yumi on top of that, it's just untouchable, really. However, Kaiser got that second item complete, so starting to get there in terms of and
Holy shit.
Kalvin's inting. Kalvin's currently inting with the testing the durability of the Logitech headsets by
I need
taking them off and
I need to go fix something. That's why. But Ryan will take over me for 5 minutes. I'll be back.
Yeah. Wait, Ryan.
oh yeah, this is Ryan the
I think he's getting back once he gets back, but I'm doing the rest of this game, so.
doing the rest of this game. Yeah,
Go.
That's what you get for being on my Twitch account, boy. You get the game. You cast sub the mid of the game. How are you going? It's Coffee on Twitch. Give him a follow.
Alright.
Yeah, it does. He's the best player in the world for Heroes of the Storm. In the world.
Absolutely, Bez. This is entirely true.
So basically, he knows
Nothing
everything
like
about League of Legends because they're
Yes.
basically definitely the same game.
I don't think it takes much for you to realise that you're pretty happy if you're Jin right now. You're 5-on-1, you have your first BF sword arm, you've got your second BF sword already, so that's probably going to an IE in all due time, and at that point, the question is how do you actually lock this guy down? There's Nocturne, but do you have a Yumi for him?
When you're not paying attention to my 100% win strat, it's just put all 5 members on. 5v2.
I'm not convinced that... I think Jin wins those actually, so...
Yeah, Jin win. Yeah, no. Like, look, in respect to like to Mount Albert, they've been trying. You've got ANZ on their Nocturne. They're trying to be using that paranoia to lock them down. But with the final chapter coming out as well, like it blocks out just one wave of that blocks out the spell shield from Nocturne. So it's really difficult to actually get on top of this Jin with all that mobility and all that peel that on those two. But I think you might have to really sit tight and just hope and really just hope, even with that Cloud Soul, you might have to give that over even, because you might have to really wait on Sans Serif to be able to do something, to perform miracles really, and get Farah on some of those items, and kind of just hope that you send Water onto those sidelines, get that kind of that solo XP done, and also what they need to do is send an email to Riot Games. Ask them to bring back the Spear of Shojin in the middle of this one so Jax can buy it, so maybe they have a little bit of hope coming into these team fights.
That is quite possibly their best chance at the moment, but unfortunately from what I've heard, Riot support not quite quick enough for us to get that one down. So here comes the Cloud Soul fight, and
yeah, teleport is available
it's basically
for
going to be a
fight as well,
or nothing.
And yeah, so they're going to be getting that vision control as well. I'm not going to start it up just yet. They're going to look to try and get Ainted, maybe get him right off this dragon.
Malphite is pushing the midway then, so there is some pressure that they even need to answer, or it's going to be going straight into the turret to get that one damaged. But as you can see, it's just the side of Mount Albert being pushed away. Control over the Dragon Pit is going towards the side of Burnside, and Yuumi and Malphite is a pretty obnoxious duo, and here comes the fight.
Oh, and yeah, Curtain Call sent out as well. That's going to be aimed at locked down. Grief dominating, and it's going to be Malphite, Unstoppable Force, not quite in range to pick that one up. It's going to be locked in the baby cage of Veigar, and they're going to have to walk out of that one. But that should just be the Cloud Soul for free. Greaves already started it up, and with Ainzad not on the board at all, they can't do anything. It's 1 to 11 on the kills, 7k gold lead, and now this is going to be the Cloud Soul picked up, and this could be quite frustrating with the likes of, oh, hang on a minute, and yeah, here we actually, that's a lot of damage. It's surprisingly a lot of damage from that one. I thought being able to, I thought this Malphite would just, take those toothpicks to the face and then walk out that one. But, with that Kai'Sa damage is starting to ramp up. It's
So there is a few summoning spells used by Malphite, but the game is looking like a bit of a disaster right now for Mount Albert. It was probably a bit generous to even call that last engagement a team fight, because it was really just Mount Albert trying to run away as fast as they can from the Malphite, from the Yuumi, and from all the damage coming away. But in the end, it is the Cloud Soul going over. The Balon is up and available, so
when you look
we're
at
likely to see the move towards
the
that
Cloud
soon.
Soul though, like, who benefits from it really? Like, Yuumi, when she ults, she'll be on Jhin. When Jhin ults, he's stuck ulting.
Lilia is going to be very quick.
Yeah,
in
zoomies.
These
Yeah.
fights. Just
put Yuumi on Lilia. Get get all this speedy items you can, and just Hecarim 2.0 it.
Death Singer is going to be the fastest Bambi on Summoner's Rift. Use the E to set up for the going into the sleep, and then just run them down. You're probably moving to get something like 500, 550 movement speed, or some other absolutely absurd number that really shouldn't be possible. But Lily is going to be incredibly quick, so if you are Veigar, it's going to be quite hard to position in these fights. Now that effectively Lily can get on top of you whenever she wants. Has flash as well, so don't think that the cage is going to save you, but for now, Nocturne.
No, Ainzad had to use the... just mess with the shield, and that's not... Woo! Ouch.
That is quite unfortunate.
Yep.
So, now it's double Nocturne, which means straight over to the burn is the side of NoEgo.
Yeah, and
realistically, there's not going to be any chance of contest. They're burning it down so quickly as well, and that will just be going over to NoEgo.
Burnside, using that the composition they've drafted really well, of quite safe, and they're just kind of, nitpicking these very minor mistakes that Mount Albert are making, just in terms of positioning. Like, if they're slightly overextended, Death Singer's there. If they're slightly overextended, Grave will crit you for half your health. And it's just been tricky for Ainzad to get anything started from this, from the early game from that. And especially in their bot lane as well, they did really well holding their own, and Lilia in their top side. And then it's just been almost like a stalemate from mid. So naturally, this kind of safe playstyle gets them all the objectives on the map, and they can just slowly unpeel the defenses of.
For one good thing, if you are the side of Mount Albert, is that when ANZ died, he did get roughly 50 seconds to write that email to Riot support. So we will see if the Spear Shojin does appear in the shop in time for Mount Alba. But now here comes the Khan looking for something.
Oh no, I tried to flash in for that gen. And look at ANZ, they're just going to go, well, I can't do anything, buddy. You know, there's no knock-up. That's a, yeah, again, grasping at straws, trying to get something from this. And it's hard to do anything. And there's the curtain call picked up as well. And the flash, Shurima shuffle. Emperor's New Groove is going to not really be needed. Come on, pick up these. Yeah, there we go. The little boulder to finish off the kind of, you know, all that's left is Waterora, and unfortunately he does not have the Spear Shojin. It's going to take a miracle to get this, and it should be Burnside NoEgo picking up this 2-0 series and being able to win themselves the Challenger Series final. They're going to pick themselves up some Logitech gear as well as some in-game prizes.
Yes,
Overall,
I believe that is 6 Logitech mice going away. These very wonderful mice that we do have here, the Pro Wireless.
Yep.
Absolutely wonderful. They will be getting that. They will be getting themselves some RP. They'll be getting Triumphant Rise.
Oh, Triumphant Rise as well. Yeah.
I'm told that there's a trophy they are getting as well. So,
congrats to them.
as
Yeah,
well,
just
but-
congrats to Burnside for NoEgo for picking up that 2-0 win there. We just want to say this will be the last game of the series then. The last game of the New Zealand High School League of Legends tournament, the championship rather, and yeah, so we had those kind of two tournaments, and this is the second half of that one. So yeah, just a huge thank you to everyone who's participated and everyone who's supported their high school as well through all these these games as well. It's awesome to be able to see the support and the kind of response from you guys being able to watch this and play in this as well, because it does mean that there is the audience for it. It does mean that there is the kind of, you know, the people to watch that, and that means we can kind of look to put these kind of things on more often, and it looks like next year we'll see what next year has in store for us.
Last thing though, before next year, of course, that we will, as you mentioned earlier, be going to Armageddon,
Auckland,
Auckland.
Armageddon.
So, assuming that's going ahead, we will be there. So, if you're in one of our Auckland high schools, if you're listening to the stream, come down and say hello. We'll all be there. I'm assuming I will be there. I know
gonna be
you'll
there.
be there.
I'm
Calvin
definitely
said he's probably going to be there. So,
Honestly, if there's an Armageddon that Kalvin misses, honestly, I'll tattoo his name on my like upper back, on my lower back. I'll put Kalvin's summoner name right on my upper back if he's not in.
So-
again.
I don't know how I feel about that.
so what,
That's how certain I am he'll be.
so what you're telling me is that Calvin's now going to, because you've said that, skip Friday. So, when we will all see your lovely tattoo on Saturday, Armageddon.
I'm sure he will. No, Calvin won't miss it. I know. I have so much faith Calvin's gonna miss it. Calvin's gonna be there. He's gonna have a cool belt and a cool outfit. He's gonna try and make me wear something cool, which won't happen.
Which will happen.
Which won't happen. I won't be wearing it. I'll be wearing sweatpants at best. But anyway, nonetheless, we want to say a huge thank you to everyone watching. Huge thank you to Logitech G again for partnering up with us for this kind of tournament. And huge congrats to Burnside NoEgo as well for that win. And yeah, we just want to say thanks for everyone in the team on the University of Waikato team for helping us out. Thanks to Ryan. Thanks to Luke at home for our admin team. Thanks to Dylan for being able to produce this and make sure the stream actually runs as smooth as it can. And thanks to Kalvin, I guess, for assisting me on the desk when he doesn't feel too lazy to give it over to Ryan halfway through the stream.
Honestly,
yeah.
I'm surprised this is the only time I've really had to fill in for
Ryan
him.
wanted to go. Ryan.
Honestly, yeah, I thought I was doing a solo cast today, and he rocks up 10 minutes before the stream starts and goes, yeah, I'm here, I wouldn't miss it. But nonetheless, thanks to everyone. Also, thanks to Tom as well. Tommy Z, who kind of runs the show behind the scenes, divvies up the jobs for all of us, and really gets us through all of this at the end of the day. So yeah, thanks to everyone, and we hope to be able to do this sometime next year or anything similar to this. For more kind of content, check out our Waikato Esports as well. We've got a Valorant tournament, I believe. Signups have closed.
Signups would have closed. Actually, when we started the stream, they did close at 5 o'clock, so it's a bit late to register for that, but we will, I believe, be broadcasting the game, so that is going to be Friday evening on this channel, so if you're interested in Valorant, have a follow on the stream when that comes up, and we will be doing a League of Legends event in the near future as well. So
As
if
well
you
as
are
events at Auckland again as well.
Yeah. We will be at Auckland again doing League of Legends. We'll be doing our own University of Waikato esports League of Legends event as well. So if you are in the Hamilton Waikato area, make sure you're following our Facebook page. Maybe you're in our Discord
Join
server.
our Discord, yeah.
Like making sure to get the updates on that when those come out.
Yep.
But I think that's everything. So
Yeah. So from the University of Waikato Esports, we want to say a huge thank you to everyone at home, and thanks for watching. And we'll see you at the next one.
What does it take to win? Is it something you're born with? Is it the grind? Every day. Gear up. Do battle. For the 10,000th time. Or is it pushing to your absolute limits? To be faster. Always faster. Insanely precise. Totally free and at one with the game. Or maybe it's just getting to that place where nothing else matters. Nothing in the way of winning.